to like and subscribe to our last video on twin flames is pretty popular. So we're going to get back into that a little bit. So like and
Yay.
subscribe.
Yay, twin flame journey.
Yeah. Yay, it's challenging. But also comment if you guys have any content you want us to explore more as well.
The biggest thing that sucks about twin flames, we were talking about this before, not that it's a great connection and it's not worth the ride, but the majority of them are separated. Like,
Yeah, we're
like
gonna
80-90%, which sucks.
well, we're gonna talk about that. Let's just start off with that about the separation, because I feel like when we decide, because I pulled cards before we started, and this card is time to decide.
Oh shit.
And this refers to anything, like if you want to decide to change your beliefs, you want to decide to change your life, your emotions, whatever it is that you want to have happen in your life, you have to decide inside, I'm going to be with this person 1,000,000%. I don't care what's going on right now in this reality, but I know we're going to be together. Decide that and don't falter. That's number one. And then I think every day, every moment, even, we can decide, like, I'm going to have this attitude, or I'm going to have this way of living. And that energy goes out into the quantum field and it brings your desires. It literally says, time to decide, make a decision based on your heart's truest desires. When you decide, the desire will come in. But let's be clear, time is not in our control. That's the one thing I think that is like a little bit like frustrating as humans. Like, oh my God, why is this taking so long? Or why is it not happening? Don't get negative if it's not here immediately.
Yes, you know what's real quick. Remember when I lost my keys this weekend and I called you freaking out? It was Christmas Eve. I couldn't find my keys for like 2 hours. I called Jess afterwards. It was so weird. They just appeared on the floor where I'd looked 10 times. And you said to me, you probably weren't supposed to drive, and that's why you couldn't find them. And, you know, it also could be a thing of you're not supposed to be with them right now for whatever reason. Maybe they're going through some shit, whatever. Maybe you're not. They're just keeping you apart for whatever their reasons are.
And also, if there's any confusion, like, oh, why are we not together? Maybe this isn't my person. Ask for a sign. Ask your guides, ask your angels, ask your higher self. Please give me a very clear sign if this relationship is over, or if we're just in a period of separation. And you will get a clear sign if you're open to it. Like, we all can ask. And you have to be open to receive. So there's two parts of that, you know?
Now I'm gonna just give a different perspective on that. Within the twin flame journey, when you're in separation and you make your thing, or you say ask for a sign, if you're really in a twin flame journey, you're not going to need to ask for a sign. They're going to jam the goddamn signs down your throat all day every day, whether you want to see them or not.
Yeah, but you might be open. You might be open. Some people might not be open to seeing what's coming in. Like, opportunity comes in all forms. Someone might get discouraged if the opportunity comes in a negative way, like rejection, right? Which is also a redirection.
I'm just speaking to signs, and like you said, like, hey, we've been separated a while, you know, maybe this is me, I made it up in my head, you know, give me a sign if this is the person. When you get the synchronicities in the twin flame journey and separation, like, I don't know, you hear their name all the time. It'll be on TV. Somebody will say, you'll meet a new person, it'll be their name, or things like that. Or I don't know, just anything, something that reminds you of very specific to you and that person, and it's going to happen like frequently, or things like that. It gets annoying.
Yeah, it gets annoying. But if anyone is confused, because I've been there as well, and I'm like, is this really happening? Is this connection really real? And I feel like, oh, maybe I'm making this up. Maybe I felt it. Maybe they didn't feel it. I'll ask for a sign and I'll get it. Like, you guys can get clarity on anything.
I want clarity on when that 10 million is manifesting in my bank account.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to talk about that too, like the power of three. I was up in the middle of the night, I was getting all these messages about three, everything in three, everything in three. And I was like, okay, so
you text me at 3:33 to jump on the podcast. You know that, right?
Oh no, I didn't even notice that.
Yep.
Dude, they were
even text you. I was like, it's 3:33.
They were torturing me in the middle of the night. I like was like, oh my God, okay. And like all these messages are coming in. I was like, I got up, I posted 3 videos. I was like talking about 3. I was like, I'm just getting out what I'm told.
Yep, he texted me. He said, "Are you ready?" at 3:33 p.m.
Shit, I didn't even realize that. That's
To
not a
be fair, we were
coincidence.
supposed to get on at 3, so Jess was 33 minutes late, and I said, "Give me 5 minutes. I'm finishing eating," and her response was, "Hurry up."
So,
Yay, Jess!
yay. And I also want to say that for the month of January through the end of January, if you can get booked in before January, I am offering a reading and a healing for the price of both, but less. So
Tufa?
I typically charge 150 for a private reading, and I charge 150 for an energy healing clearing of your whole chakra system, energy field. I'm doing both for $100 virtually, which is a huge, huge gift. And I would just take the opportunity in the new year to like really shift your focus, shift your mindset. Um, and I think when your heart is open, even if you're apart from your twin flame, like maybe another soulmate will come in. Maybe you'll have another relationship while you guys are separated. Maybe there's someone else you're meant to be with while that's kind of like on the back burner. I mean, there's so many things going on behind the scenes that we probably don't remember. Like, oh, I was supposed to do this with this person. I was supposed to have this relationship with this person. Like, we supposedly choose all this before we even come here.
I don't know. Flip the card, see what they say. Okay, so you had the decision one. What else you got on there?
Time to decide. I also got the oracle cards that, and I'm actually, I just posted about this. I'm going to be teaching people how to read angel cards. It's kind of something brand new. I've never even thought about that. And then
What's
I was
that
like,
one
I should.
say? It's hard to read.
It says you're able to discern answers for yourself and others. So I'm going to teach people how to read their own cards. That's a course I'm going to offer. And then I got let go of control issues, which is surrendering, releasing, allow this situation to unfold naturally. Like when you really manifest something, you have to let go and know that you're going to receive. You can't manifest and be like, oh, maybe it'll come, maybe it won't come. I don't know. No, you have to manifest and just fucking know it's going to come and let it go, right? Like they always talk about it like, oh, plant a seed, it takes years for a tree to grow, whatever, whatever. Like you just have to have that security in you. And it's built with habits. Like you go to the gym, you want to build a bicep muscle. I had no bicep muscle, so I use this as an example. I worked
You
on,
got big guns.
yeah, but I didn't have them. I had to build that shit, and it
Yeah,
took
build 'em
like
up.
8 months. I had to go every day, and I had to keep building and building. And no, I never said to myself, well, maybe I'll get a bicep muscle. Maybe I won't. No, I was like, I'm fucking getting a bicep muscle. And now I have biceps bigger than men.
Do you?
Believe. It's just about believing.
No, the one thing that you said too is the surrender, the let go. You like, you know, here's the one thing that I struggle with my whole twin flame journey. We're still in touch, but it's like a ghost coming back because you just like interact briefly, and then there's just the silence again for like.
Let me ask this. When there's the silence, don't you still feel the energy though? Like they're there, like their consciousness is still there?
Yes, but it's kind of me personally. I'm just kind of at the point where I'm like, love to be friends, love to catch up, love to chat. I can't keep just having somebody show up as like.
Well, then you're gonna let it go. You're gonna let
Oh,
it go.
I. That's kind of where I'm at. I mean, look at hey, you know, it is what it is. I'm just kind of. I need a break. You know, if I hear from them, I'll probably just let them know like, hey, I'd love to give talking and you know, just catching up as friends a chance. It's up to you. Meet me halfway. Let me know when you're ready. That's it. I have nothing else to give. You know what I mean?
The other thing that's important to mention is detaching, which is pulling our energy back to us and detaching from
like what you said. You still feel it. Still, it's just like the passenger seat of the car and somebody's sitting there, but there's nobody there. It's weird. I don't know.
Yeah, but a lot of people keep sending their energy to the person, thinking they're going to pull them back, when really it's repelling them even further. So when you detach and you pull your energy and you work on yourself and you go into hermit mode, or maybe you focus on something else, or you allow other love to come in, if that person's meant to come in, they're going to feel your energy gone, and they're going to be like, oh wait, where are they? And if not, then you're not meant to be together. I think that's like 100%. Like if someone doesn't need you in their life and they're fine for months, weeks, whatever, I'm like, I'm not fucking waiting for anyone. There's other twin flames, there's other soulmates out there, I believe.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think it's just, it's also one of those things as part of the whole twin flame journey is to trigger each other's deep rooted fucking traumas. So you work through them. And part of working, the biggest part of working through that is alone and separated. And then if you do come back together after like the long separation or your final reunion or what have you, you have that conversation with the other person like, hey, we're not running away from each other, we're working on our shit together. And I mean, if you make that level of commitment with somebody and there's that much trust there, like, you probably get there. But
Yeah, it's just that we're
to
not
be with somebody that you
guaranteed.
have a very intense attraction to, that you can't keep your hands up, that once you talk to them that one time, you're gonna want more and more and more. It's a lot. It's not easy. It's definitely not easy.
It's
Especially if
not
you were the person
easy.
that ran away and maybe screwed the other person over, you hurt them. Like, what do you go and say? Even if they're like welcoming you back, you still have to deal with your guilt, your shame, your blah, 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 whatever the fuck it is.
Well, you take responsibility for doing it, but the other thing is like next year
Easier
is not
said than done.
guaranteed. That nothing's guaranteed. Like we don't know how long we have on the planet, so I feel like now the present is what we have to work with. So we have to choose and decide every day, like what we want to put up with, what we want to tolerate. Like if someone's
Listen, some people
ultimately
can't do that.
ready, no, they can't. But I'm just saying you can choose if you're
Oh,
ready
they
for
can, yeah,
love.
they
If
can. You
someone
could also choose, like you said, to be like, I'm pulling my energy away, I'm done. And then, you know what, when they do finally decide, like, you know what, I'm ready to go, not even apologize or reconnect with this person. Like, I've worked through my shit. And there's that fear. There has to be that fear from the other person that they're going to pick up the phone or whatever and say hi. And even if the person's super receptive and you shoot the shit for like, a half hour and you catch up, and it's a great conversation. And they're like, oh, would you like to meet for coffee or have lunch sometime? Like, oh, I'm sorry, but I just, I've been seeing somebody, I appreciate you reaching out and saying hello. And I tried a million times, but it's just a little bit day late, dollar short. And that has to be a huge fear on the other person as well. Because especially if you don't have common circles or you don't have a way to keep up, or they're not doing a lot on social media crap. I don't know. Is what it is.
so for the new year, I think the twin flame journey, um, if you are not feeling chosen, and if you're not feeling honored, like your presence isn't a necessity, and I don't care about the excuses. Like
I
I
think if
know
the
I've
energy is not being reciprocated, pull it back. As much as you want to reach
cut the
out, or as much as
cords.
you know that person and you know that it'll be easier for them for you to reach out and they're just pulling away, you have to do the same thing. Pull back your energy and just pull away a little bit yourself. Like you said, this person really loves you and that connection is that strong, they cannot stay away from you. They can't.
No. And if you cut the cords and you do like your work inside and you're meant to be together, you will. But
Uh-huh.
also, if you do your work and you're not meant to be together, something better will come in. It's a
Yeah.
guarantee.
Uh-huh.
That's a
Yep.
decision, though. That's a decision. It's a personal decision. No one can tell you, what's best for you. Only you know. You meaning the collective, of course.
Oh yeah. No, they also say that a lot of people that experience that in the separation and the connection so strong and they go through that whatever period or phase, they end up getting together or having a relationship with somebody where the connection is not even as close to that intense, because that's safer and they can, manage it a lot better.
Yeah,
And
I've
like you
heard
said,
that.
decisions, if that's what you want for your life, or just a boring vanilla blah partnership, then cool.
All right, so wrapping up with the twin flame for the new year. Um,
Fuck your twin
I
flame,
think,
go out and get laid and be happy.
and I think that we'll put together a meditation for our next one that we can do for twin flames uh, reconciliation. I think that
You
might be a
gotta
good
you gotta
idea.
you gotta close it out card to throw down.
Well, this one came up and I was eyeing it, and it says, I'll read it, but get a little visual if you can.
Love life. Okay.
It says, the basis. Now, I asked everyone earlier, I said, ask for a sign from your angels, your guides, your guardians.
Mhm.
And I'll say right now, I'm single right now. I'm waiting for that connection. I've had that connection of the twin flame in the past, but I just have the personality where I can't fucking wait for anything because I don't know how long I have on the planet, and I'm all about now and not having excuses. So the basis of your question involves your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. So when you choose to let go, right, and not have control over everything, and you really, really believe that you deserve love, soulmate love, connection, it will fucking come. But we personally each have to decide and conquer and really be like honest with ourselves. Like, do you really want to wait years and years and years for someone? If someone wants kids or they want to get married, like, it doesn't mean you have to settle. You just have to pull back and like recreate another version of a twin flame. Like, I want this